You know, I feel like Oprah and you are President Obama. It was quite, I have to tell the audience, it wasn't a struggle, but it took a very long time to actually organize getting you here. So I'm really happy that you managed to find the time to meet me and to meet the fans as well. So thank you very much for coming.
I'm totally happy, and I think this is such a great opportunity, as you told me before, that this is a very, very special event for those who can't afford to go to the big clubbings or don't want to spend money on it, which I understand. And so I think this is a very good way to meet all of you. So
welcome. Thank you for coming.
you.
I had a question for you about your name, Conchita Wurst.
Yes.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I know, from the little Spanish that I know, a conchita, if you say conchita, it means a little shell. Like concha is a big shell, conchita is a little shell, in the dictionary definition.
Yes.
What is the slang definition of conchita? I'd rather you say it than me.
Well, I have to say, I got this name from a friend of mine. She's from Cuba. And I didn't know that Conchita actually means shell.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, yeah, I don't know, for those who don't know it, it's also actually a nickname for the private parts of a lady.
I think that's the most clean way to say it.
I think so too.
Yeah. But Wurst, for people that don't speak German, Wurst is basically just sausage.
It is. And, well, here we go. The next nickname.
So the name has several layers on
yeah,
it.
But it wasn't my first thought on it. Actually, we, in Austria and Germany, especially German-talking people, used the term Wurst for it's not important and I don't care. And this is what I wanted to say, because it's not important where you're from. I don't care how you look like. I don't care the color of your skin, you know. It's about the person and not about the surface. I think it's such a good way to say it like that. Don't judge a book by its cover. And this is what I want to say.
Okay.
Yes.
And well done. Room for applause. Conchita, the two songs I know of yours, the one you had in the national final in Austria, the one you just sang, That's What I Am, 2012, and the song you're performing this time, Rise Like a Phoenix, they're both message songs. They're both messages of tolerance, and they're both messages of acceptance. When you were growing up, did you feel accepted by your family, first of all, and also by the people that were around you? You grew up in a small village, I believe.
In a very small village, yeah.
Okay.
And I have to say, till the age of, till the time you become a teenager, everything is just great, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know nothing about the world, everything is just flowers and fabulous. And this is what I thought, and then you turn like, I don't know, 12 or something like that, and you start to learn about things, you know. And this is actually the time when it starts to be a bit difficult for me, because I was in school, and as a little gay boy in an even smaller village, it was quite tough, you know, because I always was the outsider, and never, I tried everything to fit in. I tried to be very outgoing, you know, very funny, and also I tried to be, you know, quiet and I just wanted to be part of the game. But one day I realized that I just can be happy if I stay true to myself. And, well, here I am.
You were quite young when you realized that, I guess, because I think most people don't develop their personality. I'm talking about, in my case, which I know best, you know, when I grew up in the 80s, as a gay man, I had no role models whatsoever. I had no one to talk to, nothing to look at all. The only gay people I ever saw on television or in the movies had AIDS and were dying in a very graphic way because it was the only way to create some kind of drama. So, I mean, you're quite a bit younger than me. What kind of role models did you have growing up when you started to realize your sexuality and who you wanted to be? Did you look to certain performers, singers, artists?
That's a good question. I think I don't really had gay role models. Not really. I always thought I want to be Celine Dion, And so
But you are only 1 degree of separation now from Celine Dion, because she won the contest, and apparently you're going to win the contest.
actually,
as
she
well.
won in 1988, my year of birth.
Okay.
So
she passed on the crown to you.
I don't know.
It's come full circle. Have you ever met Celine Dion?
not yet.
No?
Not yet, but I know I will. And if there is just a second that her Grammy and I in the same room.
That's
well,
hilarious.
you know the rest.
I understand. As Conchita, I've seen quite a few. We only met today for the first time. I've seen you for years now on various videos on YouTube and interviews, etc. And I think your style has. I'm hardly fashionable. Look at me. But your style has evolved from when you first appeared as Conchita. The first time looking back, the first time I saw you.
There was no makeup on my face.
Yeah, exactly. But this was only 3 years ago.
I know.
Eddie Izzard, who's a comedian, and sometimes performs in women's clothing as well. He has said that his only role model for trans people, their only role model is usually, the first one is their mother, because it's the female that's they're closest to. And then, once they start to feel comfortable in their own skin, then their own style develops. Do you feel that happened to you?
I heard that before, and of course, especially the drag community is a very, very close one. So they're all over the world, where very, very, famous ones, and everyone is very close if you meet them. It's like a real sisterhood, and I like that. But I don't know. I heard that before, that drag queens actually play their mothers, but no, I don't really do that, because my mom is very, very shy.
Okay.
And
you are not, most definitely.
not that shy. But I think I always looked at the magazines. I always wanted to be a top model. I always wanted to be, if it's, I don't know, Jennifer Lopez or Kim Kardashian, this is the style I'm going for. But there was no. Maybe my granny, but not in an optical way, just, because she got a big mouth too.
So the attitude you got from Granny,
Yes.
but your own style you developed on your own over the course of some time.
Yes, I do. I have a fashion background. I finished fashion school ages ago. And, music is the love of my life, and fashion is something I really enjoy. So I had to decide, and I thought that I'm a better singer than designer. So I quit making clothing.
But you had a fashion background, so this has
Yes.
helped. Your stylist who's here today is absolutely fabulous looking, by the way.
Yeah, she's doing my
is she
face.
here? Where is she? Or is she
Where
hiding?
is she? Tamara Mascara.
Where?
What a name.
We'll meet her. We can meet her afterwards. Let's talk about the song that we started with, That's What I Am. I think it's really, Eurovision is a template. It's an open book, really. People sometimes come because they're in a stage of their career, and Eurovision is a way to give them some international exposure. They're sometimes coming for a comeback. They've had a few hits, Britain, excuse me, and sorry, I've just been smoking too much this week. And, or in your case, what I found most interesting about your song is that, I don't know, the message of positivity and acceptance could counteract how people at home seeing you for the first time. I mean, this audience is very aware of who you are, as am I, but people seeing you for the first time, that probably would trigger a lot of recordings in their head that will say, what is this? What is this? However, that same audience are the people that propelled Downer International, a post-op transsexual, to win. So what is your thinking about the voting audience? I'm going to get to a question about the Austrian voting audience, but here at Eurovision, do you have any expectations of how
No.
people will receive you?
Well, first of all, I never have expectations. This doesn't really work for me.
Just
my
day to
system.
day.
No, I have dreams, and I have goals I go for. And I have to be honest, I don't really think about the voting system of people, you know, what they could think or will think. I just try to give, and I'm not trying, I know that I will give everything I have. And if this is good enough, we will see. And if not, hopefully, you know, I'm my worst critic, and I really try to please myself. I really try to go off stage and say, well done. And this is not an easy thing. So if I can please myself, I can take anything.
So do you do like Beyonce, where when she was in Destiny's Child, she would go off stage and they'd immediately watch the videos of what they performed,
Yes.
and then do Bible study after that before going to bed? No, it's true. They didn't party. They were always asked, what do you do after the concert? We study the Bible. I mean, are you studying? That's a rhetorical question. I mean, what do you how do you feel, because you have been talked about, written about, a lot of thought has gone into opinions about you. How much does this affect you? How much do you pay attention to?
Not that much.
No?
You know, if it's just about me, I really can take that, because I don't care. You know, I don't care about negativity surrounding me, because it's you know, it's I can't take it, because it's not
It's not real. It's nothing. It's virtual.
Yeah. And but when it comes to, you know, racism or homophobia, I just get furious, because we're in the 21st century and we still have to talk about that. And I think the color of your skin or who you love is so unnecessary. And actually it's so boring. I'm not interested in it. Well, if I want to have the guy, he better should be to me. But but you know what I mean. You know, in first case, I really try to change that, because I think for me it's not important. For me, it's the character important, and this is what I really go for.
Because I found a quote from you where you said that, talking about your beard is a statement to say that you can achieve anything no matter how you look.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Totally true.
Well, of course you'd agree with that, because you said it.
Yes.
But
Who said that?
yeah, who wrote that about me? How dare they? But I just want to understand something. I'm going to just rewind a little bit to the national final in 2012 in Austria. The song that won was by the group Trakshitas. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yes.
Probably the first time shit was in the title of a group at Eurovision, I believe. And Trakshitas won with this song, Voki mit dem Popo.
Yes.
Something with my ass. What
Shake
does that mean?
your booty.
Shake your booty, okay. And it was done in an ironic way, and there were girls dancing and things glowing in the dark, and boobs and butts outlined and things like this. And then you came an extremely close second. It was something like 51-49 in percentage points. It was something like you almost won. So the Austrian audience was given an option of a kind of jokey, old-fashioned, kind of sexist song, Wink Wink, and your performance, which was about tolerance, acceptance, and things that everybody, like you've said, that everybody should just take for granted. Why do you think that divided the Austrian audience so much? Why did that song win over yours? I mean, you must have had some thoughts at the time about this.
Oh, you know, actually in 2012, this situation came up that I would have been very disappointed because I had to sing it twice, like semi-final and final, you know, and the final was between the boys and me. And I sang it the first time, and I wasn't really happy about that. You know, I thought, well, oh my God, what did you do? And the last tone, and you know, all that stuff. And the second time, I thought it was quite okay. So I really could took that, what happened. But what you mean by the Austrians, I never really thought about that in special, but I think that, you know, Trakshitas were around way longer than me. Okay. So I think they just got a bigger fan base. And, well, obviously the Austrians liked their song a bit better. So.
Okay. But no hard feelings, I guess.
No.
Because here you are now.
You know what I did after the decision 2012?
Do tell me.
I grabbed a bottle of vodka and shared it with the boys.
I think in any competition, that's probably the best way to handle it. Because at the moment, it may seem quite intense. You know, you're so caught up in the middle. I know from my own work that I do with theater and TV, you're so caught up with what's happening at the second. Everything seems like it's a potential drama. But a few days after, when you can take yourself out of the situation and look at yourself and say, okay, yeah, so, big deal, you know?
I totally agree. And I think if I didn't get the chance to sing a second time, I really would be very upset, you know, and very angry about myself. But in this case, I was, yeah, the boys are now going, and I will have my turn, you know, because I really wanted it very bad.
Conchita, for those of people here in our audience who are keeping up with the news around you, there have been a lot of petitions of various different hateful degrees, trying to get you banned from the contest, trying to get you, removed, don't vote, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you have been extremely courteous and just said, well, you know, if this is people's opinion, fine, I know who I am, et cetera. In Russia, I think it was Russia, there was someone who recently said Eurovision is a hotbed of sodomy.
Was it Eurovision or just me?
I think they were talking about you.
I think
I'm
so
not
too.
mistaken. But a hotbed of sodomy, I would say, looking at this audience, it's probably true. But, you know, you have been very courteous about this, but no one has asked you to sign any petitions, have
Not
they?
yet.
No. Well, funnily enough, I've prepared a few for you here, and
Oh,
I'd
that's
like
great.
to take your signature, okay? I've got 3 petitions. The first one, I'd like you to sign on the dotted line. You're calling for Russian President Vladimir Putin to put some clothes on. There you go. Just sign there by the X. You're my first signatory. Thank you, Conchita.
You're welcome.
I won't put this on eBay, I promise.
Perfect.
The second petition is when mothers complain that they don't know how to explain Conchita Wurst to their children, they will tell them that, quote, this is what fabulous is, unquote. Can you sign? Just sign there. Thank you, Conchita. Do you have time to sign one more?
Of course.
That'd be great. Okay. The third petition, again, you'll be the first signatory on this. Petition number 3, calling for Valentina Monetta to keep coming back to Eurovision until she wins.
I really adore her.
Would you mind
I
signing?
really adore
Would you
her.
mind signing right there?
You know what? She is so lovely. She's so lovely and so beautiful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's quite special.
We need some more on this one.
We need. Well, I'm
last
sure
one.
I'll be able to get a few signatories from this audience after this.
Perfect.
Conchita, I just want to say thank you so much for coming to see us.
Thank you.
I mean, it's the fans that come here to Copenhagen and spend a lot of their money, hard-earned money and time.
Yes.
They don't get a chance to meet too many Eurovision artists up close, like in this room that we have here. I just would like to say again, thank you for coming. We're going to end with another song.
Yes.
It might be familiar to the audience
I don't know.
as it is. Yeah.
It's a pretty new one.
Oh yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
They might have heard it before.
Maybe.
And then if it's okay, I'd like to ask you, after the performance, if we can just come right here into the audience, and we're going to take a giant selfie with
Oh,
everybody.
that would be great.
Yeah, would that be good?
That would be
Okay.
great.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause to Conchita Wurst.
Thank you.